We respectfully request the Sangha great virtues for the sake of this assembly and all living beings. Please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach and guide us how to end birth and death, leave suffering and attain bliss, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung thính đại đức thắng thịnh, vì thứ pháp hội cập nhật thiết chúng sanh, in chuyên diệu pháp luân giao đạo ngã môn, như há liêu sanh thoát tư ly khổ đạc lạc, tất chứng vô sanh. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One. Nam mô Sananto Suchedo Ye Erlahudi San Miao San Puto Xie. Nam mô Tạc Đạc Thà Toya Daya Allah De Tam Miao Tam Bồ Đà Toa. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that I'm able to see and hear, I will receive and maintain it. I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual doctrines. Wu shang sheng sheng wei miao fa bai qian wan jie nan zao yu wo jin jie wen de xiao ci Yuan Jie Ru Lai Zheng Shi Yi. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Great Master Sutra, Great Master YongHua, all good monks and nuns, and all good knowing advisors, Emitofuo. 诸佛菩萨、智者、大士、师父、上人，各位出家人，各位善知识，弥陀佛。Chư Phật Bồ Tát kính thưa Trí Giả Đại sư Thượng Tiên Hoa, quý thầy cô và quý vị thiện tri thức A Di Đà Phật. Hello everyone, today is the 19th of July 2025. We are here at Go Forest to continue discussing the Vimalakirti Sutra. We at the very end of the chapter 1. And it's the beginning of chapter 2. Beginning of chapter 2. Okay, on slide 33. All right. To chapter 1. How come? No. To chapter 1. Buddha lands? No. This next section already. Thank you. All right. We are in the section where they're describing more of the attendees The first section ended with the bodhisattvas, mahasattvas, 32,000 of them. And then the next section describes the rest of the assembly, the people who were gathered there. And so we only selectively chose things that Master Chuta discussed. He is very extensive. His discussion is a lot more profound than we care to go into. It's a lot more theoretical. And so I'm choosing to discuss things that I find interesting, I feel is of help to you in your cultivation. So here, the generalities is that the people who are in attendance were now Eightfold Divisions and others who are heavenly beings and so forth who were there, because the Buddha, as typically as a case, he would teach everyone who's able to come. He does not only differentiate bodhisattvas, arhats, and kings and so forth. Whoever were able to come to attend, have the opportunity to come and attend, he would speak Dharma to them. Okay, so 316 here in this section, this context is that we talked about what it takes for you to be able to come to attend this Dharma assembly spoken by the Buddha and listen to the Buddha speak Dharma, which is it's probably one of the best things you can do in life. Okay. And most rewarding, most beneficial for you now and for in the future. Okay, so these people were able to make it. That's why we have to be humble. It's not that easy to be able to come to attend these things. And so Master Chuta explained that there are two conditions for these people to are able to come. Okay, so you can come because you usually are a big vehicle practitioner, so that's why you're able to come and listen to this big vehicle sutra. Okay, if you didn't have big vehicle blessings, Mahayana blessings, you can maybe at best listen to Hinayana sutras. All right, that's number one. So don't sell yourself short. If you're able to attend these things, listen to the videos, it's because you do have Mahayana blessings. No two ways about it. Okay? So don't believe whatever the people tell you. They look down upon you, you're rich, you're poor, you're stupid, and so forth. You must have Mahayana blessings. You must have cultivated Mahayana before. That's why you're here. Okay, and to be part of the assembly. And the second part is you must be vigorous about cultivating precepts. Okay, meaning you are fundamentally a good person. Okay, yeah. So look around you. Those around you see today and won't be there anymore, it's because either they become bad or they ran out of blessings. All right? Those are the only two requirements for listening to the sutra, listening to these types of lectures. Okay, 316. It says here, there are Eightfold Divisions, meaning those are when we have a temple, when we have a way place, as we like to call it in Buddhist jargon, a way place or a temple. It's usually, typically, there are Eightfold Divisions, meaning there are 8 different types of spiritual beings who would show up, and they made a vow in the past. They said, I want to show my gratitude for the Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha, for teaching me, for having taught me and helped me in my practice, and protected me and guided me in my practice. I've got this far today. I got all these great things because of the Buddha's teachings. So I know how wonderful it is, and therefore I want others to get it too. Okay, this is Mahayana spirits. Once you attain real good benefits, that's why you say, wow, this is incredible. I didn't realize that. It's so wonderful that it's something that should be shared, okay? So that now these beings, they made a vow and said, because it's so wonderful, I got so much out of it, that I want to become the Eightfold Division Dharma protectors, okay? Meaning that I will now, it's my turn now to invest for my future cultivation, and I will become Eightfold Division Dharma protectors, meaning that 8 different types of beings who come to the temple, surround the temple 24/7, so that we can come and cultivate. Okay? Now, don't get a big head, you monks and nuns. The Eightfold Division are there proportionately to your level, meaning that they're there to protect our cultivation, meaning that if you're low level, then the Eightfold Division is also low level. If you're high level, then Eightfold Division would be much higher level to protect you, give you better protection. Does it make sense? So you much higher levels, then you get the elite divisions, okay, of the Eightfold Division, of gods, of dragons, of golden wing songbirds and so forth, okay? Kinara, musical spirits, Mahoragas or pythons are huge. This body is huge as the Boer company's tunnel. That body is that big. Okay? It's as big as a nuclear submarine. Okay, and they come and they wrap the body around, go forest. Okay, as soon as you come and you press the thing here on the gate, and the gate starts opening slowly, that's when the python gently lifts its body up. Okay, it's like this, it's flat, and then it lifts itself up so that you can drive through. And then after you're through, it falls down. It's, that woman drives so slowly. Okay? And so that's what happens to us. So be humble, folks. You have to know that we owe a lot to these beings, and these beings they have wisdom, they are very generous, okay? They devote their lives protecting our cultivation, not just us, but our children and so forth. That's why way places are very, very, very sacred places in the world of Buddhism, where you can come and collect treasures, pick up treasures. All right? And so those are... They're simply not only here to do the protection, but that's part of the cultivation as well. Because when we speak Dharma to you, okay, they're also listening. They say, I should be truer too myself. Okay? And so forth. I shouldn't be so greedy. I should eat fewer dragons next week, and so forth. Okay? So they're there because they also are learning. Does it make sense? Because if we speak nonsense, we speak, you deserve to be successful, you should go and make more money and donate money to build another wing for the church and so forth, okay, then you don't need a lot of protection, okay? And they don't want to hear. These people, remember, they're not wasting their time, so we need to have something for them to stick around, okay? So if we don't cultivate, okay, they would leave as well. If we speak Dharma and they're bored to death, if you hear this noise there in the background, okay, what is that? If it sounds like snoring sounds, it's them. That's reminding us, you're so boring, Master, so boring. All right, YouTube question.
Sure. There's a question here from Cordelia in regards to the eightfold division. Emitofuo Master, regarding each of our temples and the eightfold division, is it based on the level of the abbot of the temple or based on our master's level? Thank you.
Usually, it depends on who has higher level. If the abbot is higher level than the master, then it's the abbot's. If the master higher level than the abbot, then it's the master's. Okay? If neither, then it's your Dharma protectors. Thank goodness. Okay? So what happens is when we organize these Dharma assemblies, such as Fochi, Chanchi, and so forth, or repentances, a lot of beings, they would come from all over, okay, to participate because it's their cultivation, okay, and they usually come because they heard our reputation of the Dharma master. So, for example, when Master YongHua had a Dharma assembly, like let's say a Fochi at his temple, I was there at the Long Beach Monastery, long time ago, 20 years ago, over 20 years ago. And we would do the Fochis, you know. And during the lunch offering, I was standing there, you know, standing there, half bored to death because these people bored me to death. And all of a sudden, a flash, I saw someone standing in front of me wearing a red sash. Okay, I said, "Hey, what happened?" And then it turns out to be Master YongHua. Okay, and then I dawned on me that the reason that a lot of people, a lot of beings, I'm told a lot of beings came from all the way from Hong Kong, from all over to attend the Fochi. And I said, really? I mean, because we had classrooms there in Long Beach Monastery where we teach the young novices. So when these beings come from so far away, they stay. They sleep in the classrooms. Okay, so that's how I found out that a lot of beings would come and participate because of the reputation of Master YongHua. Master YongHua, whenever he organized a Dharma assembly, okay, then his Dharma protectors will come and surround the way place, okay, and so that we can all practice Master YongHua's Dharma. Okay, that's how it works. Okay, on the other hand, now that he's dead, or to put it politely, now he passed on. He entered nirvana, like the Vietnamese like to say, Chinese like to say. He ru jing, ru ji, and so forth. Vietnam says tịch diệt hoặc là nhập tịch and so forth. Okay, all those things. I call it, he died. Okay, let's call a spade. So he died. He I can't wait to get out of there. Yeah, trust me. It's fed up with all these parasites. Okay, and so after he's dead now he's dead. Okay, he's done. Okay, unless he himself decides, these losers, I need help. Need to continue to give them protection so that they could cultivate. Okay, but sometimes he says, I have I named someone as a second patriarch already. Okay, I cannot protect these people forever. So he says, let them suffer. It's like a father, looking his son and says, son, it's about time you suffer and you get a flavor of bitterness, okay, of suffering, so that you can grow up and you can learn about life, okay, and be more responsible. So now that he's dead, and so unless under very special circumstances, the Dharma protectors now are only there to protect those who cultivate the second patriarch's Dharma. There's responsibility here. Okay? So you're in charge, and therefore the Dharma protectors their job is to come protect you. Okay? And because of that, the people who come and join the assembly receive protection from your Dharma protectors. Okay? And if the Dharma protectors are not good enough, then these visitors will say, it's so noisy here. It's so chaotic here. I'm getting no help, no protection whatsoever. I'm out of here. It's a waste of my time. I might as well stay at home where I'm much better off with my own Dharma protectors. Is that clear? So each one of the people who cultivate have his own Dharma protectors. Very much like you. Talk about you next. Don't want you to get the wrong impression. I'm not trying to recruit you to become Buddhist. However, when you become Buddhist and you receive precepts, so 5 precepts, okay? This is a known fact. The Dharma master would say, I will transmit to you the precept of not stealing, the precept of not lying, these precepts of so and so and so. Are you prepared to take it for life? Okay? Hold this for life. You say, yes, I swear to God, I do. Just like marriages. Okay? Yeah. Is it forever? Yes, for now. Yeah, it's forever for now. Okay? So what happened is that at that time, okay, the master, okay, who gives you the precept substance would dispatch some Dharma protectors to help you cultivate the 5 precepts, those precepts that you choose to take, non-stealing precepts, non-lying precepts, and so forth. So he would send naturally, there's some Dharma protectors who will protect you, okay? And those beings would be there. As long as you keep precepts, they're there, protect you day and night, night and day and night, in that order, okay? And then as you improve, okay, better Dharma protectors will come around, up to the level of the master's substance. Is that clear? There's a limitation. There's a limit here. You didn't know that before, huh? We never told you because it sounds like a commercial. Okay? And so that's what happens. The reality is that we have a lot of help in our pursuits, in our spiritual path, a lot more than our teachers care to explain to us. Okay? So, short answer to the question, typically it's the person, the organizer, because every single Dharma assembly, there's something called Dharma host. That person there is ultimately is the person who is responsible. Okay? So for example, if you are, let's say you are an abbot and you invite a master over to organize, let's say, a Dharma assembly of Shui Lu Kung, water, Lu, road, and Kung, and space, air. Okay, that's a very famous Dharma assembly in China. Very difficult to do. Okay, it's a big deal. One of the biggest deals. Very difficult ceremony. Only professionals You get paid 20,000 or 50,000 each time. And the specialists, they chant. They chant. When it gets dark, they chant. I'm serious. I was attending one. Master YongHua, he invited, because they didn't know how to do it, because it takes a long time to learn how to do it. You think Emperor Liang's repentance is difficult. Ain't nothing, you ain't seen nothing yet. This is like goes on for 2 weeks or a month or something. And so these beings, they had to bring them from China. And this is about 30 years ago. And he had to pay them like $20,000. This is gossip, okay? $20,000. You're talking 30 years ago? That's worth at least how much? $1 million today? With President Trump's inflation? Okay? So, he's my president. Don't you dare make fun of him. Okay? So $20,000. And it hurt. So they flew these people from China to the city of 10,000 Buddhas. But I'm boring you. Some of you are falling asleep. You say, oh, I ate so much today. Lunch is good again today. Dessert is so special today. I don't feel like, I can't open my eyes. Anyway. So they flew these people over, okay? Give them special rooms. They eat separate by themselves, okay? And they got started, and then after a few days, they went on strike. They saw that there's so many people showed up, and they realized 20,000 is not enough. So they went on strike. They said, you know what, master, it turns out we have a lot more expenses when we anticipated. So how about another $20,000? So Master Shira negotiated. His disciple got so upset. They said, "Well, this is cheating. This is not fair. Monks can't do that." Okay. Master Shira says, "It's okay. I make enough money." Just kidding. Master Shira is such a cool dude. He said, "It's okay, pay them." Yeah. Anyway, so you see, in those in those cases, it is the person who's there that we can benefit from, and usually Dharma host. In some cases, Dharma host is not strong enough, and then you get some help as well. Okay, so it's not fixed. How is everyone? Are you awake yet? My blabbering doesn't bore you? Don't worry, I'm trying to keep myself awake. Ate too much for lunch. You still barfing? Feel like barfing again, huh? God, this is bad. This one. Don't barf on the floor. Okay. So he says here, the Eightfold Division are there, and then those who, in addition, those who are able with precepts and vehicle, very hasty, meaning they're very vigorous, they work very hard. They say, I want to get more benefits, okay? So I want to keep precepts more vigorously. I want to practice Mahayana, more Mahayana Dhammadors. So that's meant by hasty, okay? They can't wait, okay? And another group would be lax in precepts, but vehicle hasty, okay? That also, those are the two types of beings who deserve to be there, if you will. Okay? And they have faith in Dharma, both great and small, sudden and gradual root conditions. Okay? Those are the rest of these beings in attendance besides the Bodhisattvas. Okay? Next, 317. 4 types of assemblies. When the Dharma is being spoken to you, like right now, there's assembly, the 4 types of beings there, okay? One is assembly of Brahma gods. Second assembly is Chakra gods. 3, assembly of Eightfold Division. 4, assembly of Fourfold Assembly. Okay? This is what they are. Brahma Kings refers to, remember, where we are. We are in a Saha world where we are under the jurisdiction of the first Dhyana heaven, God King. Is that clear? They rule over us, like it or not. Okay? And you might ask, how come I only heard of President Trump, never heard of this Brahma King? Okay? It's because you're too small. You only heard about President Trump. You're not big enough to hear of, the bigger issues. Is that clear? So the Buddha here gives us a chance to expand our mind. Okay? The world's a lot bigger than you think. Okay? So this is called the Assembly of Brahma King. Brahma is the first Dhyana heaven up there. In that heaven, you're born there. When you cultivate Chan, you recite the Buddha's name, you listen to Dharma there, you will enter first Dhyana, meaning your consciousness can rise to that level. All right? When you gain the benefits of those heavens, okay, when you get to that first Dhyana, you have detachment from desire, okay, or you'll have pure conduct. So far, so good. And so Brahma King here refers to a lord of the heavenly king of the first Dhyana. So he's numero uno in the first Dhyana heaven. Is that clear? Okay, their rule over us. And that's why they're very special, because they are the ones who populate our Saha world when our Saha world was formed. When our world, the Saha world, came into being, okay, it has no humans, none whatsoever. I told you this story before. It's a true story. You don't believe me already. This woman is something else. As soon as I say it's true story, she starts giggling. You awful woman. Okay? So, when Saha world was formed, okay, at the beginning, it's empty. Now, the earth where we are right now has no people at all. Not even any rats or cockroaches. Okay? And gradually, in the first Dhyana heaven, the beings there, okay, this is true, like in the movies, those beautiful goddesses with wings. Yeah, they fly around, they have fun, to go sightseeing. And they heard that down there's a new round thing called Earth that has good scenery. And so they told each other, like the Maldives nowadays for us. And so they say, let's go for a spin. Okay, so they drove the Porsche down here. Okay, and then they stroll around, they liked it. Okay, and then eventually they got stuck here. They like it too much. Very much. How can you equate that liking too much? Like falling in love. And that's when you hook up. Got that? Now you stuck. Alimony and half of the income, I'm told, if you divorce. This is why this guy refused to get divorced. Now I understand better now. He's frightened. He said, I'm going to lose half of my income. Forever. Is that right? It's forever, right? Yeah. Scary thought. Yeah. When I get married, my wife goes to work. I don't go to work. And so that's how we became populated. We are descendants for heavenly beings. That's why in the Chinese culture, Vietnamese culture, we are in the rule of heavens for that context. So ancient wisdom is correct. Okay? And that's why the Vietnamese think that they are descendants from dragons and heavens. The dragon is not true. Dragons are ugly beings. But heavenly beings, yes. Okay? Yeah. And so the Brahma king is very influential on us. He is a king, so he rules over his first dhyana, heaven, gods and goddesses who settled down on earth. That's why he followed down. He said, these are still my children, my subjects. Therefore, I will take care of them. Is it clear? He's very attached to us. Very, very attached. Okay? Next section, next slide is 319. In the first dhyana, this is for your information. In the heavens there, up in the air, okay, there is awareness, contemplation, and speech. Okay, this is what they do. They're aware, and they like to contemplate, meaning they can meditate, and speech. They talk. They use sounds. Okay? Okay? So the Brahma king here is a world ruler. He rules over that first dhyana heaven and below. Okay? He got there, for your information, because in the past he kept precepts and he was vigorously cultivating the vehicles, small and large vehicles. Okay, and when he heard of the Buddha speaking the Vimalakirti Sutra, he himself led his own retinue from a first dhyana heaven to come and listen. Got that? So that's why, because he have his high level, his influence over our world, he's mentioned in particular to show that such people deserve our respect, okay, and our appreciation and our gratitude. Is that clear? Okay. The Buddha doesn't have to worry about it, but it's a reminder for the rest of us. These assemblies happen because we have help from them. All right? And even though they're up there, they're very special, they still come and study from the Buddha because they understand that it's an incredible opportunity for them. Okay. 320. Shikin, okay, means fire, firehead. Ushnisha, because it's the bump on top of these beings, okay, and it looks like a fire. They came from below the four heavenly kings' heavens. And to the Buddha's presence, listen to the Dharma. Okay, so you see, you may not be able to see it. Okay, because your eyes, the range, the bandwidth of your eyes only allow you to see so much. You can't really see heavenly beings because your limitation of your eyes. Okay, your flesh, your regular eyes, and that's why we have to tell you that. If you really open your spiritual eye, you'll be able to see these beings as well. Okay? And we're there to listen to the Dharma. Okay? Next, 321. Furthermore, 12,000 chakras, also from under the remaining four heavens, came and sat in the assembly.
复有12000天地，亦从于四天下。来在会座。
Okay, listen. the world, according to the Buddha, is a lot bigger than you can imagine, that you learn from school, what you can experience. So what happened is that it says here, 12,000 chakras. Okay, chakras or sakra, depending on how you spell it. Okay, either way is okay. Is from the heaven of Triyastrimsha, the heaven of 33. Okay, and in our world, okay, this heaven here is on top of our Mount Sumeru. Okay, and his chakra is the ruler of that heaven. We call it his second desire heaven, the heaven of the 33, of the Triyastrimsha, and so forth. Because according to the Buddha, and Master YongHua talked about this very often, like 20, 50 times or so, in the past, in our world, in this chakra in our world, okay, the world, the universe has many, many worlds, infinite number of worlds. Our is Saha world, where Shakyamuni Buddha made it, created it, to help save you losers. I mean, you wonderful people. Okay? But there are many more Buddhas. Okay? And that's why each Buddha, in order to help his own people, they would create a Buddha land to make it enticing for us to go and be born there so that they can teach us and help us. Is that clear? So we have affinities with Shakyamuni Buddha. That's why we're born here. All right? And so in our world, Saha world here, in the God King of the Triyastrimsha, the second desire heaven, this is human realm here. First desire heaven is 4 heavenly kings, and second desire heaven with chakra. Okay? That guy there, okay? In a prior life, how did he become, in our world, how did he become chakra, become ruler of this Triyastrimsha heaven? Is in the past, in the time of Buddha Kashyapa, okay? She was a beggar, an old beggar, okay, very old, and she ran into a dilapidated temple of Mahakasyapa Buddha, and he saw how bad the temple looked, and a statue of Kasyapa Buddha, okay, that's the guild is disappearing and it's being is looking bad. So she gave forth the resolve to fix the temple and re-gild the Buddha statue. Okay, and so she, being a beggar, she will go around and beg. She says, now I beg enough for me to eat, and then the rest of the money is given to me, stuff is given to me. I would save it to try to fix the temple. And her sincerity impressed a lot of people. There are 32 more people who volunteered to help her go around and beg and ask for help to collect materials and donations and money to fix the temple. And eventually, these all 33 together successfully repaired the temple. Okay, and that's after they died. And the blessings from repairing the temple and the sacrifices they made enabled them to be born into this Triyastrimsha heaven. And the heaven there has 32 sections. Okay, the central section is for chakra. Okay, the lead beggar woman, and then the surrounding area, the 32 other heavens. Okay, in surrounding the main heaven, that's occupied by the other 32 helpers. That's why it's called the heaven of 33. Point being that when you plant blessings with the Buddhas and temples and so forth, imagine the kind of blessings you're going to have. Okay? And that's why in the future, you'll be so rich, and I'm going to be so poor myself. Okay, never mind. It's not about me. Okay, so that's the one. That's why it's called chakra. Now, furthermore, remember I said there are lots of worlds out there. Okay, and our world is one where Lord Chakra is ruler. Other worlds, they also, the heavens are 33 as well, and they also call chakras, but it's different story, different conditions. All right. And now Master Sutra explains why there is distinction between the heavens for Brahma and for Chakra. Okay, he explains, for your information, why do we bring up these beings? Brahma is the lord of the world of devas. Chakra is the lord of devas who dwell on earth. Here's what it means. Okay, remember this is Tushita heaven. There is Mount Sumru mountain, the tallest mountain in our world. Okay, at the top of the mountain, that's the level of the heaven of 33. And that's why it's considered to be in our world, because when they travel from these beings, when they want to go down to earth to watch a movie, okay, they can simply hop on their chariot and ride down. Or they get on the red car and sounds good. And so that's why they are considered dwellers on earth. Is that clear? Even though they are heavens, but actually they're connected to us. They don't need to fly down. However, the Brahma Lord is in the first Yana heaven, which is outside of our realm, desire realm. And the Brahma heaven is in the form realm, the lowest level of form realm. Okay, in order to get to us, just like his subject, they have to fly down. Is that clear? Okay. Now, what's their positions in the Buddha Dharma here in our world? Okay, in every single world, they are the principal requesters of the Dharma, meaning that when Shakyamuni Buddha in our world he became a Buddha, and he looked and he says, you know, these Vietnamese are too much trouble. They're not Republican enough. And so the Buddha said, it's too much trouble to teach these beings. Okay, so the Buddha says, forget it. I'm not going to bother humans. I will teach bodhisattvas, arhats have plenty of work anyway. Okay, and then the Buddha closed his eyes and said, okay, never mind about the Vietnamese. And then Lord Brahma, heaven, knew that. He says, oh my God. I mean, no, not literally, oh my God. My goodness. The Buddha is not going to teach my children. Because the Brahma Lord, the Brahma King, looks upon us. Remember, we are descendants of his subjects. Therefore, he's very attached to us. Very, very attached. Believe it or not. And so he says, it won't do. I need the Buddha to teach my descendants, my children, my great-grandchildren. Okay? So that's why when he realized the Buddha decided not to teach humans, the Buddha said, humans are too much trouble. They don't understand. Okay? You have to say repeatedly, but they don't get it. Even when you call them stupid, they say don't get it. They go, idiot, they don't get it. What are you supposed to do? So Buddha said, forget it. So this Brahma Lord realized that. So he says, no, that won't do. So he immediately waved Chakra. He said, come! Because Chakra is under the jurisdiction of the Brahma Lord. And why chakra? Because chakra is also very attached to us. You get it? Why is it attached to us? Why? Then, why is it attached to us? You don't know? What kind of Buddhist are you? Jesus. Anyone knows? Really? You don't know? Okay. Chakra. Okay. So remember the Lord King in the heavens, on the second desire heaven, on top of Mount Sumeru. Remember that, okay? Connected to us by land, okay? You can't see it, but actually, they actually don't need to drive that fast because of that height. You just use gravity. Never mind. These people are not engineers, these women. I don't know why I bother with these people. They don't get it. Gravity, you know what gravity is? Okay, don't worry about it, okay? G-force? No, okay. So, what happened to chakra is that he wants you to believe him. He means well to us. He says, what I learned from Buddhism, I know that you have to be a good person. That's the key to Buddhism, is that the foundation of Buddhism is you have to be a good person. So he realized that is very important. So he taught the humans about goodness. So he founded Catholicism, Christianity, Mormonism, Judaism, under his jurisdiction. Okay? So that's why he didn't just found those religions, he also sent his own son to come down. Okay? And to teach us. And his son is? I call him constantly Jesus. Jeez. Okay? So he sent his own son, that he's actually the crown prince. He sent his son down here to die for the humans and teach them about Catholicism. Okay? And that's why what's special about this chakra god, king, is that he's very attached to us. He wants us to follow him. It's an attachment. Okay? Like a dad who wants his daughter to adore him, look up to him. Oh, you're the most important man in my life. Sounds familiar? I've met so many fools who live like that. They do anything. They cheat, they lie, so that they come home and the daughter look up to him and say, Daddy, you are the only man in my life. I'm serious. I met so many such fools. And you go and you cheat and you steal and you do all kinds of things to make money. You come home so that your daughter looks up to you and says, oh, I adore you. It's weird. But they don't realize as soon as their daughters they fall in love, they leave home. That's why it's much more advantageous to become a monk. Okay, so Sakra, this is why, because he's actively teaching his followers, and he's also a Buddhist disciple. And he says, the best way for me to benefit my disciples, my followers, is for the Buddha to come and teach, bring Buddhism to the world. That's why he's number 2. So again, the Dhyana king, the Dhyana heaven king, they are there. He says, I need the Buddha to teach my descendants. And then so Shakra is under the jurisdiction of first Dhyana heavens. Therefore, he waves Shakra. Okay, the Brahma heaven king says, "Hey, Shakra, come." He's very bossy. And he'll, yes, boss. Okay, so he came, and then the Lord Shakra, the Brahma king, knelt down, and then Shakra knelt behind him, put the palms together, and say, "World Honored One, will you please teach us?" So the principal inviters, the requester of the Dharma to turn the Dharma wheel. Got that? That's the meaning of this. Both patrons of the Buddha, meaning what? Patrons, yes, is English expression that means that they made offerings to the Buddha, give him things that he need, make sure he have food, clothing, and so forth. All right, bedding and so forth. All right, next 324. Yes, 7. I keep speaking non-stop for over an hour, no question.
Master, which Buddha are they inviting? It keeps saying Buddha, Buddha, but we have so many Buddha, or are they all the same Buddha?
In this assembly here, it's Shakyamuni Buddha. I don't know how to pronounce Shakyamuni. I don't know. Help me, help. I'm committing a sacrilege. Okay? For some reason, I can't pronounce the name. I don't have affinities with him. Amitabha, no problem. Message Master, no problem. It's Shakyamuni Buddha. Shakyamuni Buddha. It's scary. I must have committed offenses against him in the past. I don't deserve to say it right. Hey, yes, ma'am.
And since they invite Buddha to come and teach us, then why do they teach us also that, oh, they are the only truth and don't believe in anything else?
No, what happened is it's rather selfish in a way. Because, first of all, it's driven by the desire to benefit us. Because look at it this way. They want, if wherever there is the Buddha Dharma, the world benefits. And the human realm is the ideal place for us to cultivate the Buddha Dharma. Okay, that's why Shakra himself, when there is a Dharma assembly, he would ride his chariot down and listen to the Dharma. Okay, it's not uncommon for beings, the gods and goddesses up there, to come to attend our Dharma assemblies. Dharma assemblies everywhere, and they tell you, in Taipei, it's a good Dharma speaker. It's very good. He speaks Dharma on Thursday night, okay, Taipei time, okay, and so they tell each other and they come and attend. I'm serious. So the reputation, they also tell themselves, Master Shenhua will be lecturing, okay, in San Francisco on such date. Okay, they don't even have email notification. They broadcast, hey, hola, hola. Okay, and so they broadcast it, and that's why these people would come. And when the mere fact they're able to come listen to the Dharma, they have incredible blessings. The people who listen, okay, and then the people who made it happen get the benefits as well. So that's why it's very beneficial for them to request the Dharma. Okay, requesting the Dharma is one of the important ways in our cultivation. Okay, so he does that. And furthermore, he gets the benefits. And furthermore, when he listens himself, then he picks up things. Like today, we talk about truer to yourself. Okay? He picks up concepts like that, and he goes back home, and he cultivates. I say, I need to be truer to my wife. My wives, I mean. And so that's why it's beneficial all around for everyone. Okay? First of all, this world. Remember, each world is structured like that. The Saha world has a number of chakras, okay? And then another Buddha land has another type of second desire heaven, chakras, and so forth. Each Buddha land has their own levels, their own types of desire heavens. And these beings, when they hear that Shakyamuni Buddha speaks the Dharma, they fly in from all over the universe to listen to the Buddha speak Dharma. So they're not confined to the Buddha land only. They can come from all over, okay? As far as they're able to fly. Yep. Does it help? It's a big world, big world. Okay? Yes, Seven?
My question is, Sakura, he invited Buddha to come teach us. He even sit there and listen to Buddha himself. But why does he teach his disciples that...
Second part. So what does he teach? Okay? How many people are able to listen to the Buddha? Not many. Remember, what does it take to listen to the Buddha? Precepts, vehicle. How many people practice precepts? How many of you practice precepts? Don't shake your head. My God. Okay? And how many people practice Mahayana? Not many. Look in San Jose. How many people practice Mahayana? How many Mahayana temples are there? Not many. How many Hinayana temples? Lots. Okay? So most people cannot get to see the Buddhas for that reason. Okay? So would that stop you from coming and learn from Buddha and come back and say, I have this idea, you should be good, you hear? And you Catholics should be, should not kill, should not steal. I give you 10 different aspects of goodness. Okay? Don't what's the first one? This is some kind of Catholic she is. Okay, so because he really wants to teach his followers, so he would pick up the words of wisdom from the Buddha and then massage it and teach his people in a language that they can understand. Okay? So it's very much like, when we want to create something, some new thoughts, we go and look for inspiration. So he looks for inspiration from listening to the Dharma. Okay, next 324. Immensely powerful gods, dragons, spirits, yakshas, gandharvas, asuras, garudas, kinaras, there's an N there, not a K, K-I-N, and mahoragas all came to join the assembly.
并于大威力诸天龙神夜叉乾闼婆阿修罗迦罗罗紧那罗罗吼罗伽等悉来会坐。
Listen, okay, look at this. Look, it's so clear, okay? These beings, when the Buddha spoke Dharma, they came from all over because they knew it's one of the biggest things, okay? It's like us here hearing that Taylor is coming to town. We drop everything, don't we? No? So who would turn you on? I love the 10 of you. Made my day. Give me a few minutes to recover. So much love. So these the beings, a lot of them came. Okay, immensely powerful gods. Okay, immensely powerful, meaning that they is not joking. They are very, very powerful. Okay, powerful gods. You know what it means? They could decide to put an end to your life. There's nothing you can do about it. Unlike my president, who needs to go to Supreme Court and so forth. Okay, here they just strike you to death with a thunder, and you fried like Korean barbecue. That's what they do. You know, in Vietnam culture, they heard like sét đánh, you know, struck by the thunder. Is it thunder or lightning? Struck by lightning. Okay, and you die and you're dead. Usually, and I don't mean to badmouth those who are struck by lightning. In some cases, they actually were punished by God. Would you like to hear a story from China I read? This is a true story from the Chinese. In China, okay, back then, in Master YongHua's time and before that, people were very poor. So there's a rice merchant who was selling rice, of course. That's why he's called a rice merchant. So he's selling rice. And back then, remember, unlike Yijia's time, back then the Chinese are not very bright, not educated. Now they send their people here to go to Harvard and Stanford and so forth, different times. Back then, most Chinese were uneducated, okay, and they live in small towns. So this guy is a rice merchant in a town, yeah, and then he said, I want to become richer. So what he did, okay, is before he sells rice, he would soak rice in water. So the rice absorbs water, so swells a little, swells a little, and then he lays it out into the sun so that it dries a little, so that it becomes dry outside, okay? And then he would sell that dried rice. And because of the absorption of water, it's heavier. So he cheated his clients. He became immensely rich. So rich. You're talking about 50% profit margin. You're not impressed? There aren't many businesses that have 50% profit margin, let me tell you. Okay? Except for NVIDIA. It's 65, 70% profit margin. Will you believe that? What are you waiting for? Buy some stocks. Okay. So, he became so rich. Okay? And guess what? After he became rich, what did he do? He sold to more villages. So he expanded. Did the same thing. Okay? Open branches and soak rice in water, let it dry a little, and put in and sell to his clients. He became richer and richer and richer. Why didn't I think of that? Damn. Okay? And then one day, as he's walking down the street, okay, in his Cadillac, convertible Cadillac, okay? Bang! There's a lightning who struck him, okay? And he died, okay? Like, he died. When you electrocuted, okay? So he died, okay? And his body laid there on the road. With Cadillac, in his Cadillac on the road. Beware of Cadillac's salespeople. What happened to Lloyd? Another Cadillac fanatic. Okay? So he lied there. And of course the villagers said, what happened? What happened? What happened? These poor people walking around. What happened? Like zombies. What happened? And then, because, so somebody opened his back because the back is kind of burned. So it has some scribbling there that's kind of not legible. Okay, there's some scribbles on the back, like tattoos. Okay, so they couldn't understand why. They said, what happened? And Master Hsuan told this story, by the way. It's a Chinese. That's why you only believe Chinese people. Don't believe me. I'm Vietnamese. Okay, so people were asking, what happened to him? He's very wealthy. Look, his Cadillac. It's Celestic. You know how much that costs? $350,000. And so they were just gathering more and more people came in. Oh, what happened? Oh, that's him. How come he's dead? What happened to him? So an old man walked by, okay? And as people were talking, he picked up this burn branch there, blackened by the lightning strike, so it's like carbon. Okay, so take that thing there in carbon. He drew the line in the middle of his back, a line, and then became obvious to them because the line says, in Chinese, this guy has been punished by the heavens. Struck by lightning. So when God kills you, that's what He often uses. You didn't hear of this Chinese story? Master YongHua. You didn't hear of it? Yeah, I told you once already. He's a library of my Dharma talks. Got that? Okay, so believe me, don't think that we can get away with it. For small things, you steal a pencil, Social Security benefits, it's small, they don't care. But you are immoral and do a lot of big things, like abusing your husband. Tin is looking the other way right immediately. Oh. Got you again. The gods will not be happy with you. They watch over us. Trust me. Okay? So somebody will fix the kinara for me, right? Kinara, K-I-N-N. Okay, thank you. All right. Immensely powerful gods. Never mind. So consider it fixed. You use your imagination. Technology. Now we live in the world AI with NVIDIA chips, and we can't fix Kinara. Okay, thank you. Okay. Praise the Lord. Immensely powerful gods. Okay, these gods are powerful because they have certain things, but also you should also realize that there are a lot of beings up there who are beyond gods, the realms of the gods who live up there. Okay? Very much like you here, yeah. Vietnam people living among, San Jose people. And Chinese too, yeah. Okay, yeah, we covered everyone. Hello. Hello. How you doing? Are you still, like, huh? It still doesn't taste good? Yeah. Why I do this? Because I covered this thing here. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. So, okay, it says here for your information that before we mentioned the Brahma and Shaka, I spent half an hour talking to you about that. It now includes the 5 desire heavens, 5 heavens or form realms. Okay, this is special heaven up there called the form realms, the 5 pure abodes, where the anagamins reside. Anagamins are 3rd stage arhat. We call the 3A as a code. 3A, 3rd stage arhat. Okay, and so you see, these beings, they also live in the heavens. Also, when they know that the Buddha spoke the Dharma, they would fly down to be in attendance. All right? What is the Anagamin? 3rd stage Arhat. And this is for your information. Okay? It has severed the desire realm delusions, meaning that the desire realm is where we live. And the residents here in the desire have a lot of desires. Okay? Love and desire is the nature of our existence. We love our wife and we desire our neighbors. Just checking. He said, love our wife. I said, yeah, good. Look at our neighbors. It's a God's teaching. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor. That's a Christian teaching. Ask her. Love the neighbor. There you go. Okay. And so the desire has a lot of desire. You have desire red car, desire washer and dryer, desire, to go on vacation, to Costa Rica. Thank you. Some dream of going to Europe. And so forth. And so those are a lot of desires. This 3rd stage Arhat have cut off all desires in our realm. All desires. So if you see 3rd stage Arhat, you say, would you like a BMW bike? I say, okay. Can you imagine a BMW bike? $30,000. Nice. I'm not interested. This woman is into camping. Okay. So as Ang Ming, this is for your information. Anagami, whatever. Okay, I've read it. Nahan, non-returner, not coming back, state of non-return. What it's talking about is that these people, let's say you cultivate right now and reach a level of 3rd stage Arhat. And many of you have done it already. And many more will get there as well, I promise. Okay? At the end of their lives, they die. And they will be reborn to that heaven of the 5 pure abodes, that Sheno area, where they will live there for the duration. 1 lifetime there, okay? And they will become 4th stage Arhat automatically. And that's why they call non-returner. Okay? Low level, 2nd stage Arhat would be a once returner. Okay? The 2nd stage Arhat, like many of you have, okay, have reached, and many more will. After they die, they'll be born in the heavens, low level heavens, okay? And many types of heavens up there. And then they live there, heavenly life. At the end of their lives, they go back to human realm. They have to go back here to our realm, whereupon they will become 4th stage Arhat. That's why they're called once returner. Okay? 3rd stage Arhat is no returner because they go up to the heavens, and after they finish the heavenly terms, heavenly life up there, they become 4th stage Arhat automatically. It's automatic. Okay? The 2nd stage Arhat, they have to come back to the human realm once. They come down here, and they became Vietnamese, okay? And they lived a happily Vietnamese life anywhere, okay? In Russia, in Vietnam, in Pakistan, doesn't matter. At the end of their lives, they will certify the 4th stage Arhat. That's it. That's why they call once returner. They have to come back to human realm once to reach 4th stage Arhat achievement. All right? Lowest level, 1st stage Arhat. They have to go to heavens, go down human realm, go up again to heavens, down human realm, up heaven 7 times. 5, 6, 7. Okay? And the 7th time, they come down here, they live the last life here, they certify the 4th stage Arhat. That's how it works. Okay? All right. Time is up. I think we continue next time on 327. Thank you, everyone.